From around the campus to around the county, this is the award-winning Raider Unlimited News. This edition is being brought to you by Community Bank and Trust, with full-service locations across Northeast Georgia to serve you. And by Habersham Hardware and Home Centers, your building materials and hardware superstore.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Raider Unlimited News. I'm Leslie Rhodes.
And I'm Laura Brooks.
Each year, the Northeast Georgian high school bands come together to participate in the Marching Festival at Habersham Central. Raider Unlimited staff member Jessica Loudermilk has more on this story.
On October 25, 1997, Habersham Central hosted several Northeast Georgia marching bands. The Georgia Mountain Marching Festival is an annual event held at Habersham Central High School. Earlier, Elizabeth Church had the opportunity to speak with band director Nelson Payne about this event. Elizabeth?
Mr. Payne, can you tell us which schools participated in the festival?
Yeah, our Georgia Mountain Marching Festival is predominantly for our own Northeast Georgia area. They're the bands that requested we revive this thing 3 years ago. But we have them as close by as East Hall, and the furthest band away we had was over below Chattanooga, which is Lakeview, Fort Oglethorpe. And I would say out of our district area, which is the 9th District, Georgia Music Educators, we probably had about 3/4 of the bands from that, and the other ones were down below the Athens area.
And what criteria are these bands scored on?
We have 7 judges up in the press box, and 3 of them are devoted for the overall band score. That takes into everything to account, the percussion, the flags, majorettes, drill teams, anything like that, plus the playing members. So those 3 judges give a general score for that, and the bands are rated on an average of those 3 scores, how they do as far as superior quality, excellent, good, fair, or poor. And then we also have a separate judge for the color guards. That's our flag corps and rifle teams, our majorettes, our drill teams, the drum majors, and the percussion sections. They have an individual judge just rating those individual captions. And so each band's goal is to get a superior rating from each of the judges. And out of the 15 bands that performed that day, we had 5 bands that did get superiors from every one of the 7 judges, and we give a special recognition plaque for that.
And did the Band of Blue receive any special recognition?
We normally have the judges rate us for that event just to tell us how we're doing, because we were planning on going this past Saturday up to Dalton for a festival of our own. And, of course, we take those ratings into consideration, but we don't announce those or give out any trophies for our own band since we're hosting the event.
Well, thank you, Mr. Payne, and we wish you the best of luck in the future.
Thank you very much.
For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Elizabeth Church.
Community Bank was the first bank established in the southeastern United States, and each year seniors are selected to take an active part on the bank's Student Advisory Board. Here's Amy Moore and Brittany Ivister with more details.
Recently, 10 seniors at Habersham Central High School were selected to participate in the 25th Annual Community Bank and Trust Student Advisory Board. Earlier, Raider Unlimited's Amy Moore spoke with Mr. Bill Lloyd of Community Bank and Trust.
Mr. Lloyd, what is the purpose of the Student Advisory Board?
Basically, the Student Advisory Board was designed to teach young adults, high school students, the importance of financial responsibility, practical economics on a local community bank level, and exactly what goes on in the community bank.
How are the members chosen?
The students apply in their junior year for membership on the board. Those applications are then reviewed by the faculty of Habersham Central, and the faculty chooses the students based on their academic achievement and their extracurricular activities.
Recently, Habersham County Schools participated in Drug Awareness Week. Raider Unlimited staff reporters Amy Myers and Leah Colston have the story.
We set aside 1 week out of every year to acknowledge drug awareness.
October 27th through the 31st was Red Ribbon Week here at Habersham Central. Students nationwide wore their red ribbons to show their pride in being drug-free. Leah Colston has more on this story.
Here with me is Allison Finch, a student at Habersham Central. Allison, what are your thoughts on Red Ribbon Week?
Well, I think it's a good way for students to show their pride in being drug-free and to also encourage students who may not be drug-free to be so in the future.
I'm here with Miss Linda Church, sponsor of Friends Club. Miss Church, could you tell us about Red Ribbon Week?
Well, Red Ribbon Week is celebrated every year in the month of October, and it's to heighten the awareness of drug education and drug awareness in the community. And by wearing the red ribbons, students and faculty and staff and community members are saying yes, that they want a drug-free tomorrow.
Thank you. For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Leah Colston. When we come back, Raider Unlimited reporter Andy Payne will bring us the latest in sports news.
And still ahead is Sean DeMoss with news from around the county. Please stay with us.
You're watching the award-winning Raider Unlimited News with the latest news and sports from around the campus to around the county. We'll be right back.
Getting to know you, your goals, your banking needs, helping your family, putting you in the lead. We're working hard with a bold new spirit. We've got a plan, and you're part of it. We'll make good things happen for you. Your kind of people, community bank and trust.
Hi, I'm Becky Thomas at Habersham Hardware and Home Center in Cornelia, inviting you to visit Kathy Harwood and her staff in our newly remodeled Home Decorating Center. If you're looking for ideas for a home project, these ladies are great to brainstorm with. They can help you put all the ideas you have for walls, floors, and furniture into a plan for a great-looking room or home. She also has beautiful lamps, framed prints, and unique accessories handcrafted by our decorating staff. Visit us in downtown Cornelia.
Joining us now for sports news is Raider Unlimited reporter Andy Payne. Andy?
Thanks, Laura. The future of Raider football is secure with great teams like the North Habersham Bobcats leading the way. Christy Wiley has more on this story.
This season, North Habersham Middle School had an undefeated record of 6-0. The team worked hard and pulled together, giving them this winning season. Recently, I had the chance to speak to two 8th grade players and head coach Mark Osborne. I'm here with middle linebacker Brett Bunce. Brett, what did you think of this past season?
I was real proud of us because we were the first team in a long time to go undefeated, and hopefully our team next year can do the same thing.
What was your favorite game?
Had to be in South because it's always a joy to beat South, and it's real fun playing with that big crowd.
I'm here with quarterback Bo Washington. Bo, what helped you pull together as a team this season?
The coaches pushed us real hard. We executed the ball. We moved the ball down the field. We scored points, and they helped us. If we messed up, they'd push us until we did it right.
Are you going to keep playing football?
Yes.
Thank you. I'm here with head football coach Mark Osborne. Coach Osborne, could you tell us a little bit about this past season?
I guess most people know now that we went undefeated. We were 6-0 this year. Had a good group of guys. They worked hard all year long. A lot of times you can have an undefeated season but not enjoy the season because of the players you deal with. But in this case, not only did we win all our games, but I enjoyed coaching these guys. They got along real good. They listened to me when I coached. They understood the offense and carried it out. And we just had a good time this year, and I hope to see big things from them when they become Raiders.
What are you doing to prepare for next season?
I had a few 7th graders on the team this year that will hopefully come back and help me next year. We got some boys that are in 7th grade this year that played rec and had a good year at rec ball. So I'm hoping to get the ones I had last year along with the new ones coming up this 7th grade year. And this May we'll have 2 weeks of spring practice to hopefully introduce this new offense and defense to them. Hopefully go undefeated again next year.
Thank you, and congratulations on your undefeated season.
Okay, thank you, Christy.
For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Christy Wiley.
Success seems to be within every aspect of Raider football. The junior varsity team is proof with an outstanding season. Christy Knight and Kristen Patton have more on the JV Raiders.
The Habersham Central junior varsity football team has ended their season with a record of 4-1. Kristen Patton had the chance to speak with Coach Gilbert on the team's successful season wrap-up.
I'm here with Coach Gilbert, head football coach of the JV football team. Coach Gilbert, what do you feel contributed to the team's success?
Well, all the kids really worked hard. They were there at the workouts all summer, and they practiced hard. They gave the varsity a good look as far as scout team and doing all those sorts of things. And then when it came time to play games, they just played hard. They played a complete game. Our defense was real tough, and our offense came up with all the points they had to. And I was just real proud of their effort. They just came through when they needed to.
And thank you, Coach Gilbert, and congratulations on a great job coaching.
Thanks.
For Radar Unlimited News, I'm Kristen Patton.
Thanks, Kristen. The JVs certainly have had a successful playing season. Back to you in the newsroom.
As we all know, Raider Fall sports are coming to a close, and each year the cheerleaders choose one special pep rally to honor the senior athletes. Kelly Wilbanks was on the scene to catch the action.
At the pep rally on Friday, November 7th, senior athletes were recognized for their hard work and dedication during the past season. Senior cheerleaders put together a video of highlights from the fall sports. Raider Unlimited was there to catch the action.
As the final home football game rolls around, we are reminded of special Raiders, the seniors. Senior night is an annual tradition at this time of year. Ashley Pruitt has more on the story.
The night of the Parkview game, Habersham Central recognized its outstanding senior athletes of the class of 1998. Senior football players, cheerleaders, and band members were escorted into the stadium. Raider Unlimited got a glimpse of what went on. Let's take a look.
Nate Herron is the son of Donald and Jeannie Herron. He is being escorted by his parents. Hal Higgins is the son of Don and Sally Higgins, and he is being escorted by his parents. Matt Holcomb is the son of Tim Holcomb and Brenda Green, and he is being escorted by his mom and dad. Gary Heist is the son of Ken and Lynn Heist, and he is being escorted by his parents. Matthew Huff is the son of Benji and Francis Huff. He is being escorted by his mother. Mickey Huff. Michelle Griffith is the daughter of Sandra Griffith. She has been escorted by her mother and her brother Jason. Jessie Grundy is the daughter of Tom and Christy Grundy. She has been escorted by her parents. Keisha Knight is the daughter of Dan and Kathleen Knight. She has been escorted by her parents. Sherry Morris is the daughter of Gary and Joan Morris. She has been escorted by her parents. Leslie Rhodes is the daughter of Wade and Laura Rhodes. She is being escorted by her parents. Jackie Franklin is the daughter of Randy and Glenda Franklin. She is being escorted by her parents. Nicole Fritchie is the daughter of John and Carol Fritchie. She has been escorted by her father and her sister Clara. Megan Gregg is the daughter of Rick and Letitia Gregg. She has been escorted by her mother and grandfather, Wilson Poole. Melissa Henry is the daughter of Bob and Lisa Henry. She has been escorted by her parents and her brother John. John Hart is the son of John and Kathy Hart. He has been escorted by his father.
The swim team has already begun to make plans for the upcoming season. Candace Moore joins us now with details on the story.
Thanks, Andy. I'm here with Lynn Verdery, the sponsor of the HCHS swim team. Miss Verdery, could you please tell us a little bit about this year's swim team?
Candace, we had a lot of interest in the beginning when we began recruiting for our team. Our numbers are limited, though, at this point. A lot of that is because of the expense and the inconvenience of traveling to Brunel to practice and using the Lanier Aquatics coaches. We're very thankful that we have that opportunity because otherwise we wouldn't be able to have a swim team. And we're also thankful for those people who are willing and are that committed to competitive swimming to do that.
Thank you. And could you please tell us, we heard that you would no longer be able to use the Bernal pool. Could you please tell us if this is true?
I understand that the first week in December will be our last week to swim at Bernal. They are renovating the pool, and they have made arrangements, as I understand, to put a bubble on the pool at the Elks Club, and we will have to move our practices there. Our meets, which take place in January, will be held there at the Elks Club under the bubble.
Well, thank you for your time, and we wish you good luck on this year's season. I'm here with Mary Catherine Phelps, a member of the HCHS swim team. Mary Catherine, could you please tell us what you've done to prepare for this year's season?
I swim during the week down at Bernal College since about the middle of October.
And could you please tell us how long and how often these practices are?
Like 4 days a week and 1.5 hours.
Well, thank you, and we wish you good luck on this year's season. For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Candace Moore. Back to you in the newsroom.
This concludes Raider Sports for this evening. Back to you, Leslie and Laura, at the news desk.
Thank you, Andy. The week of November 3rd through the 7th, Key Club members took part in Key Club Week by participating in several events to support the community. John Pritchett has more.
I'm here with Amanda Garrison, president of the Key Club. Amanda, could you tell us a little about Key Club Week?
Key Club International sets aside a week every year which is totally devoted to the Key Club, and this year Habersham Central decided to choose November the 2nd through November the 9th as their week, and we decided to recognize Kathleen Irvin, which would be our outstanding senior. She's not in Key Club, but we decided to recognize her, and we decided to recognize a club which has done outstanding work in the community and in our school, and we chose two this year, Interact and FHA, for their work they did for the Circle of Hope.
Could you tell us about some of the projects Key Club's doing in recognition of this week?
Well, we always try to emphasize iodine deficiency disorder, and we're raising money this week to help that and to help people in not as privileged countries so that they can have iodine. And we also are sponsoring a dance Friday night in which the proceeds will go to a charity, and you can either pay $3 to get in, or you can bring a used toy or a new toy to help children play, which is the Key Club's major emphasis this year.
Thank you, and good luck in raising money for these projects. For Raider Unlimited News, I'm John Pritchett.
One club at Habersham Central is bringing together students of different cultural backgrounds like no other club at HCHS. Amanda Garrison is standing by with the details.
The Cultural Diversity Club, a relatively new organization, increases ethnic awareness among high school students. I spoke to co-presidents Derek Rushing and Annie Sackercy about their club. Derek, can you tell us about the expectations and goals of the Cultural Diversity Club?
Well, we are trying to make the students here aware of the different cultural backgrounds of the students at HCHS, and I guess that's it.
Annie, can you tell us what the projects the Cultural Diversity Club are going to do this year?
Well, we went to the Big Red Apple Festival and we sold Asian food there, and we're planning to do some, like, bring some toys or something for the needy. I guess that's all.
Thank you, and we wish you luck here at Habersham Central.
After the break, Shonda Moss will join us with news from around the county.
We'll be right back.
You're watching the award-winning Raider Unlimited News with the latest news and sports from around the campus to around the county. We'll be right back.
Getting to know you, your goals, your banking needs, helping your family, putting you in the lead. We're working hard with a bold new spirit. We've got a plan, and you're part of it. We'll make good things happen for you. Your kind of people, community bank and trust.
Hi, I'm Becky Thomas at Habersham Hardware and Home Center in Cornelia, inviting you to visit Kathy Harwood and her staff in our newly remodeled home decorating center. If you're looking for ideas for a home project, these ladies are great to brainstorm with. They can help you put all the ideas you have for walls, floors, and furniture into a plan for a great-looking room or home. She also has beautiful lamps, framed prints, and unique accessories handcrafted by our decorating staff. Visit us in downtown Cornelia.
The fall season is a busy time in our community. Reporter Shonda Moss is here now with a look at the news from around the county. Shonda?
Thanks, Laura. Our Around the County news this evening begins with the restoration of a Habersham County landmark. The Charm House, located in Clarksville, is currently undergoing renovations. Raider Unlimited reporters Amanda White and Whitney Buchanan have more on this story.
The historic Charm House is presently undergoing a restoration. This Habersham County landmark, located in Clarksville, is owned by Fred and Mary Newman. Whitney Buchanan spoke with Mrs. Newman to find out more about the Charm House and its recent renovations.
Mrs. Newman, when was the Charm House first built?
Built in 1907 by William Asbury, who was a merchant in town that had the Carey's department store that just went out.
And has it ever been restored before?
It was restored in 1976 by Mabel Fry, who restored it for a dining inn.
What are some of the renovations that are taking place presently?
We have gone all the way around the outside, replaced 2 columns, 3 Corinthians. The columns are made from redwood. They had to be specially made because they don't make them that high anymore, with that groove in it to match what we had. And the Corinthians are made from plaster to match the original ones.
Thank you for talking with us today about this historical treasure. For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Whitney Buchanan.
South Habersham Middle School is taking on a major project in association with the Georgia Adoptive Stream program. LaDonna Moore is standing by with more.
At South Habersham Middle School, Miss Jean Fain's science classes have taken on yet another project involving the environment. This year they have adopted Mud Creek. Allison Tench had the opportunity to speak with Miss Fain and a few students.
Miss Fain, how did your class decide to adopt Mud Creek?
Well, actually, it was my class last year that decided to adopt the creek. However, unfortunately, we couldn't get anybody to train us toward the end of the year, so we got trained this fall. My idea came about because we study physical life and earth science in our classes, and this is a great way for them to do activities outside that correlate with what we're doing inside. And it's been a very successful project, and we've had a lot of support from the community.
Saida, how often does your group test the creek?
Once a month chemically and once a quarter biologically. And the reason why we only do it once a quarter biologically is because we have to disturb the creek by moving the rocks around, and it's not that very good to do it every month.
Sandy, who provided funds for testing equipment?
Well, Captain Planet gave us a grant to purchase some supplies, and Feldale donated some gloves and boots for us to use in the creek.
Kyle, where do you send the data after it's been gathered?
We send it to Adopt a Stream and Captain Planet, which gave us the grant, and the mayor of the city of Cornelia.
Tracy, what did your group have to do to be trained to test this creek?
Well, Eve Funderburg came from the state and taught us how to identify critters from the creek, and afterwards we had to take a test and to be certified, and this was what one of our certificates looked like.
Zach, could you tell us what you're testing for chemically?
Yes, we're testing for phosphate, nitrate, pH, and dissolved oxygen.
And what are you testing for biologically?
How many bugs are in the creek and what kind?
Thank you, Zach. And thanks to all of you for helping to protect one of our most valuable natural resources. For Raider Unlimited News, I'm Allison Tench.
Each Halloween, Piedmont College hosts a haunted house for the trick-or-treaters around Habersham County. Jody Sosby has more on this project.
On the night of October 30th, Piedmont College transformed Getman Babcock Dorm into a community-wide haunted house. Earlier today, I had a chance to speak with Emily Byers, director of Resident Life. Emily, what is the purpose behind the haunted house here at Piedmont College?
We wanted to provide a safe place for the children of the community to trick-or-treat and also a safe place for the college students to celebrate Halloween.
How long have you been involved with the haunted house?
This is my second year involved with the haunted house, but I believe it's been running since '84.
How long does it usually take you to prepare for this event?
We begin preparation in the fall when we return back to school. We work on gathering decorations and props for about a month, and then a total week is spent in hanging decorations and preparing the dorm.
What is your normal attendance?
Normally we have between 200 and 400 children from the community come to the event, which is really great considering we don't really advertise. But we'd also like to take this time to thank the community for all their support. We really do appreciate it.
Reporting from Piedmont College, Raider Unlimited News, I'm Jody Sosby.
The Habersham County Recreation Department is sponsoring the reconstruction of new facilities. Daniel Hoover is standing by with more on this story.
In 1992, the 1% sales tax was passed and $1.5 million was allotted for the Recreation Department of Habersham. The county, however, wanted even more improvements, which led to the extension of the 1% county tax. A total of $5.2 million is to be spent on the reconstruction of old facilities and to the construction of new ones. Melissa Rudisil was able to get more insight on this story. She spoke to the County Administrator, Lewis Knupp, and Recreation Director, Bill Griffin. Melissa?
Mr. Knupp, how did the new recreation plan come about?
Well, you know, since the early 1994, we've been talking about recreation in our county, and we've had an awful lot of people in 94 and 95 asking us to expand the recreation facilities, to provide more facilities. So with that thought in mind, the Board of Commissioners and others appointed a committee to study recreation in the county. And of course, that committee held a retreat in conjunction with the University of Georgia. That was in 1995. They went up to the YWCO camp here in the county, and they came back with some recommendations and plans. And of course, to fulfill and finance that recreation plan, it would take sales tax. And of course, out of this also came the master plan for the existing recreation park. And then it was decided by the Board of Commissioners they would call for a referendum for the special purpose sales tax, and some of those monies would be dedicated to recreation purposes. And that's the way it came about.
And Mr. Griffin, what facilities are being planned for the new center?
What we have planned for that is we want new tennis courts built up there, indoor swimming pool that for all citizens of the county. We want a multi-purpose building that will house 2 floors for the gymnasiums, and that is what we would like to have. We want to renovate the existing ball fields that are up there now, soccer, football, and baseball.
Okay, and I know that many people are eager to know when this will be started, so can you give us a projected start date to when this will begin?
Well, you know, the tax, we have an existing special purpose sales tax now that was imposed in 1992, and that sales tax expires on March 31, 1998. So we'll start collecting our new taxes on April 1 of 1998. We'll go ahead and develop plans and be ready to go with our work as soon as those sales taxes are beginning to be collected in 1998.
Our last look around the county takes us to Tugelo Home Health Care, where reporter Dina Kimsey spoke with Ruth Ann Irvin. Dina?
I'm Dina Kimsey here with Ruth Ann Irvin. Miss Irvin, can you tell us what Tugelo Home Health is?
Yes, I'd be glad to. Home care is a cost-effective health care delivery for patients who live in their home. Home care can bring into the patients the care that they're unable to get by leaving their home. It can provide high-quality professional care in their homes, and our agency was a pioneer in home health care in this area. We were the first home health agency to provide care in this area, and we started in 1978.
Why would someone be interested in working in home health?
I guess every employee that's in home care has their own personal reason for being a health care member, but the basic reason for the employees at Tugelo, and they are an extremely unique group of people, is that it gives them an opportunity to meet a need in the community, and it gives them an opportunity to give something back. All of us have had our lives ups and downs, and we know what it means to be down, and we want to have an opportunity to go out and to share and to give something back to our community. And that's where the girls at the agency and most of the nurses and the therapists are so wonderful at going the extra mile to meeting the patient's needs, not only their physical needs, but make sure that they have food in the pantry and that there's milk in the refrigerator and that their needs are met. And they're a very compassionate group of people, and I feel extremely fortunate to be part of their team. And we're like an extended family. We take care of each other, and we take care of the patients, and we consider it an honor to serve the people in our community.
Thank you.
A special thanks to all the reporters who contributed to Around the County News. Back to you at the news desk.
Thanks, Shonda. For our final story this evening, let's go to Jessica Munster and Kelly Payton with an update on the debate team.
One of the many clubs at Habersham Central is the Debate Club. The debate team has been hard at work researching and preparing for the upcoming meet. Jessica Munster got a chance to speak with 2 of those members about the team's plans for this year.
I'm here with 2 Habersham Central debate team members, Amanda Williams and Michael Nash. Michael, could you give us a little general information about debate?
Sure.
Each year we get a new topic. This year's topic is that the U.S. government should establish a policy to increase the use of renewable energy sources. And after we find out the topic, we find out a lot of research about it, and then we develop cases and present our plans at debates against other schools around the region.
Thank you. Amanda, could you tell us how you've done so far this year and where you're headed?
Yeah, once we got the topic, we started researching. This year we've researched at UGA and Piedmont, and we went to the West Georgia workshop, and we'll be attending our first debate on November 15th.
Thank you. We hope you do good the rest of the season.
This concludes tonight's edition of Raider Unlimited News. We leave you with Kelly Iverser with a look at fall scenes from around the county. For the news team, I'm Leslie Rhodes. And I'm Laura Brooks. Have a good evening.
As cooler weather begins to filter into Habersham County, it is evident that fall is here. It can be seen in the changing colors of the leaves. Raider Unlimited caught a glimpse.